what are the things that stand out there, that the surprises or the challenges?
I think how many hats you perhaps have to wear,
Mm.
and how deep you have to dig. Um, and especially in a startup, you have to be all things and everything. And that's a pretty scary place to be, and pretty lonely at the best of times. And although, yes, you have to be brave to do it, I don't think maybe at times I anticipated how much you have to juggle, how much you have to know, what's important. And yeah, that was probably the hardest. But yeah, one you have to learn along the way, but you've got to kind of be pretty strong-willed to do so as well.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we don't often get taught how to run a business.
Oh,
You know, even at schools now, okay, they I've got two young daughters, but one of them studied business at A level, but it's not really how to run a business. It's the fundamentals about business, but we never really get taught that. So, as you say, most business owners learn it through experience and doing it themselves.
yeah.
But it sounds like you had some very supportive sort of people around you, like your father. You mentioned was one of them. Who would you say were your biggest sort of advisors or supporters at that time? The people that you could turn to to help you through that time.
Honestly, the only person I turned to at that time was my dad.
Yeah.
Um, but I would never turn to him for a moan or um, what I would see as a petty reason to be turning to him. I really valued the relationship we had
Yeah.
and his experience and how I could lean on that. So I would never call him to be like, Dad, you're not going to guess what happened today. Or, oh my God, I can't do this. I would never, it wouldn't in my wildest dreams pick up the phone and call him to say something like that. And maybe that held me in stronger regard
Mm.
because that then kind of paved the way for how our relationship built over the years and has developed and how we even run our businesses today. Maybe I'll once in a while say, Dad. But it's also very rare. But again, I think he also understands that I would never turn to a team member in our company to say, Dad, or some, to
Yeah.
have one of my moments if I do have any. So I think he also respects that if I am calling him, it's because I just need a moment or I need some advice, or perhaps I do just need to say something to him that I can't say to anybody else.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think that's the thing, I often say, being a business owner is a lonely place sometimes, isn't it?
yeah,
You do need those people to talk to because, yeah, like you can't always talk to team members. You want to be open and honest with them, but sometimes there's things that, people may not feel comfortable in talking to team members about. So it is that, yeah, somebody to go to. And look, let's move on from there because you obviously, built up a good relationship with your dad.